Shinobi had a big run of games, but the one that stands out most for me is the Revenge of Shinobi. But is this any good? Let's have a little look. One of the first games I owned for the Mega Drive was the Revenge of Shinobi, and it immediately impressed me with the introduction screen of Joe Musashi jumping around and deflecting shurikens. And for a game in 1989, this was unbelievable how good this looked. You play as Joe Musashi, and ninjas had his bird nicked by a group known as Neo Zed, and as we all know, you have to go through a world of dickheads to get her back. The game is a side-scrolling platformer which consists of 7 districts, each of which ending with a boss. Joe has an attack move as well as a jump attack and a special ability. You attack by throwing shurikens straight forward. There's no other direction you can throw these, which really doesn't matter here. You have a limited amount to throw, so you need to be sparingly, although throughout the stage you can open crates to find more. You can jump and throw them, or if you jump, then press jump again. Joe will somersault higher to access otherwise out of reach platforms. You can also attack at the peak of his jump to fire a spread of shurikens. Joe's special abilities can be accessed through the pause menu, where you'll have 4 ninjutsu magic options. Bear with me on this one. Ikazuchi, the Art of Thunder. This creates an electrical shield around you so you can't be harmed for a short period of time. Karyu, the Art of the Fire Dragon. This fills the screen with the fire dragons and deals some heavy damage to enemies. Fushin, the Art of Floating. This makes you jump even higher, which can be useful in the waterfall stage. Mijin, the Art of Pulverizing. This just kills you as well as everyone else on screen. Only to be used if you're about to die, as it does take a life from you. Every stage has a ton of enemies, from ninjas, dogs and some characters that have blatantly been ripped off, such as Rambo, Jackie Chan, the Terminator, Batman and so on. There's plenty of obstacles to get round. In the plane you need to avoid opening doors that suck you out, Kung Fu nuns that will jump kick you into holes, and when you have 2 layers to jump between, like the army base where you can jump from one side of the fence to the other, and the motorway where you need to avoid the red car, these can make you forget which side you're on in relation to where the enemy is, and you may die as a result. You do have an energy bar thankfully, and this game gets quite tough. Enemies can catch you out in no time and even knock you back into a gap where you'll die. And that's something you'll have to get used to. If you play through this game without cheating, then I salute you. With having limited shurikens, you'll have to use pure skill. Joe can still attack, but only close combat, but most enemies are relentless twats that won't let you get near them. Guarding enemies, like the ones with katanas or ropes with blades on, will give you virtually no chance at hitting them, and you'll have to find a way of avoiding them rather than attacking. And using your double jump attack to fire shurikens is an absolute no-no when you don't have many left to throw. Timing your jumps are essential too. There are a few places where you'll need to get to the very edge of the platform and double jump to make it to the next. This happens in the waterfall stage where you need to get across some falling logs to get across, Chinatown to get to the top of a building, and at the docks to get over the water. And I lost a few lives here, even with the super jump magic. But aside from that, is it any good? It is, and it's a classic. It's difficult even on easy, and can get really frustrating. But if you slap a Game Genie code in for unlimited energy and the cheat for infinite shurikens, you can still have fun with this game. Controlling Joe is absolutely fine most of the time, although sometimes I couldn't get the double jump to work, which resulted in either death or having to make my way back up from the bottom. The graphics look amazing for an early release. Each level is very different and the attention to detail hasn't been skipped over like some games of the time. The sounds are brilliant and you may notice that they were used again for Streets of Rage. The music is fantastic and of course it's composed by Yuzo Koshiro, so it's bound to be good. If you manage to get to the end where you'll face the boss, who has hair like the Toxic Crusader's mop, then you're in for a challenge. Not only do you have to attack him, but the ceiling is descending on your misses, so you need to fire a shuriken into one of the holes at the side of the wall to stop it for a second. There's a different ending for each outcome, but don't worry, there isn't much difference between them. I prefer the way the Shadow Dancer plays, but this is still a classic Shinobi game that will always be a bit of fun, even if it's for a quick blast. Only the best can make it to the end without cheating, but it's still great even with the cheats, and it still doesn't cost that much to own, which is a nice change to have a decent game that doesn't destroy your wallet. Thanks for watching. If for some strange reason you like my videos, please consider subscribing so I don't feel so unpopular. Do you know what I mean?